First of all, I think most of people want to know what timing. Why now?
Why now? Yeah.
Why now?
Very simple. The opposition coalition is under threat, both from news that comes from within and some of the conflicts from within, but more importantly from the threats from without.
But you have been thinking about it before, or was it a sudden decision that you decided, okay, I want to join PKR?
It was very quick.
So
very quick.
How quick? I mean, within weeks or?
It was very fast. It was very fast. It was a quick decision. It was almost as though I was meant to do that. You know how it works out in life. You may think about it, but you put it into the back of your mind. But I have been laboring in my heart as to what I should do for the nation for some time, because I love this country. I've been in politics since May 13th, 1969, up to now. There was the racial rights of 1969 was the catalyst for me to be involved in the national discourse, to be involved fully in politics, and I really have not stopped since then. So in my heart, I see that this country that I have is such a beautiful country, is so rich. This country really has got wealth that many countries cannot even come near to. Natural resources is fantastic in this country. Then I see what is happening. Why is it that there are still large segments of the Indian community whom I visit and whom I have some interaction with? Why do they remain so poor? Why are there Malays, that are still poor? Why some of the poorer states are the Malay states, the heartland of the Malay race? Why is it that the natives of Sarawak and Sabah, I see them in poverty, Why is this happening in this country? Isn't God creating this country with so much wealth that the people can flourish and the people can prosper together and live as one nation? So these are the thoughts that have been going in my head.
So you've been thinking about it since when?
I've been thinking about it even when I was in MCA. Okay. Remember 2005 and 2008 when I stood for the MCA presidential elections. I had time to think about it.
And what would be the when is the catalyst?
I don't think we can say that there will be any catalyst. It's a combination of events that's been shaping this nation, and with the background, we see why is it the country is so wealthy. Mahathir says about the huge revenue to government from petroleum. Where is the money? Why is there so much poverty in Sabah and Sarawak? Why is it in Kelantan, Terengganu, Perlis, Kedah? It doesn't make something doesn't gel there, no?
That's right.
There's something that's missing there. There's some missing element.
So when did Anwar actually talk to you?
Only recently.
How recent?
I would say approaches have been made to me,
right.
But not by Anwar, but by others. I was offered a parliamentary seat in the last general election. I said.
So that was even before the general election?
Yes, of course.
Right.
Even before the general election. Even after the 2004. The last general election was 2004.
Yeah, that's right. The one before.
There were approaches made to me, but I'm saying sorry. I have an agenda within the Barisan Nasional. I want to reform MCA first and foremost, and hopefully through the long history of this party within the Barisan Nasional, that there will be some respect for the views of the party under a new president. And I was hoping to be that person of a reformed MCA that is truly exerting its own stand on policy matters that would influence our partners in the Barisan Nasional, especially AMNO.
So why did you decide to cross over when after the general election, the last March 8 general election, when MCA after MCA lost so many seats?
Well, the thing is this: I lost the national level,
That's right.
but I won the hard fight at the divisional level. I can't just leave my people, and abandon them and
Right.
and then go over to one of the opposition parties, whichever it may be. I can't just abandon them. I like to have a good start and a good ending.
You've been good friends with Ang Tiket and all that, and now the fact that you are crossover, it doesn't look very good on Tiket in many ways, because he's already facing internal problems, especially this fight with Twilight coming up. Doesn't look very good on him.
Coming up.
Well, maybe.
The storm brewing in the horizon.
That's
Is
right.
it? No, I made sure that I made my message very clear. On both occasions, when I took on the presidency, 2005 and 2008, I came out, despite the fact that I had no governmental position, actually no party position, except my division chairmanship, 36%, and the last one 40%. I have some standing within the party, and people recognize that I have some standing within the party. Mine was a stand for reform, very clear. No play kind of reforms, real reforms that the party has to undertake and the Barisan Nasional has to undertake. I wouldn't settle for
But
less.
you don't think TK is able to bring about
So,
reforms?
no. So, when it came, he realizes, and of course I know I have quite a heap of support within the party. So when I saw him being threatened, I said, this is my friend. This is the guy who stood by me and I by him during the AAB team fight. So I said, I must do something to show that I support him. I invited him to my division.
That's right.
The vanquish, inviting the person who defeated him to his division, and then saying we are still friends. When we fought the presidential election, we fought on principles. No matter who wins, as long as we do that, not on petty squabbles, we remain our friendship. Our friendship remains. So I say he's still my friend, and therefore I will stand by him. I think he's a man that does what he says and say what he does. Very straightforward man. I like that kind of people.
So what the people within your division or former division, are there any movements in terms of they also joining you to quote-unquote effect to PKL?
I don't know about that, but what I've done for them is I have signed an agreement with my deputy who actually fought against me in the divisional election. And I signed with him an agreement. I pass it on to him on very clear conditions. One of them is status quo remains, which means to say he will appoint my secretary as his secretary, organizing secretary as his secretary, treasurer, so on and so forth, which he did. So it was a very amicable separation from the division. My people were taken care of, and my opponent's people were happy that now their leader is number one in the division.
But people will say that you are unable to bring your own people across.
That doesn't really matter. Does it matter?
No, I mean, for some people it does matter. For political observers.
Only time will tell, isn't it? Who will follow me? I do have calls from various parts of the country, and they say, yes, we want to come with you. But I say, at your time, I'm not going to pressure you to do it tomorrow. Tonight they are, but that's not my doing. It was an earlier thing. I think maybe, I don't know who was involved in bringing them over. There's a big group, several hundred of MCA members in Sungai Besar in Selangor that is coming over to Keadilan. And I'm going together with Anwar to that function. But you see what is happening in this country, all the events of the past. More and more people are saying, hey, the two-party system is under threat. Count me in. One way or another, count me in.